and I just switched to my best fishing pole. Let's see. Come on. So I'm getting all kinds of ores, coins. Hello everyone. So today I'm going to cover mainly three little things. Getting the bug net and using the bug net, fishing, and the Extractinator, which I promised is this little machine over here, and I was going to tell you about that. So first of all, the bug net. You can buy it from your merchant. My merchant is named Edwin, and he's down here. So I already did that. It's 25 silver, and I've equipped it in my slot number 3, and I can wave it around like a dummy. But basically, you can run around and you can, cut the grass. You can use your sword or your axe or whatever, and you'll get some worms coming out, some frogs coming out, some butterflies. I've already grabbed a bunch of those as well, and I've stuck them in one of these chests here. You can also catch bunnies and squirrels and other small mammals, birds, even a goldfish I caught with the bug net, just because it was in a very shallow pond. But these are some of the things that I just ran around and collected. Now the thing is, as I say, I'm going to tackle fishing, which is a big part of the point of the bug net. So you'll notice the worms, the butterflies here, they have a bait power. And same with frogs and certain other things. You can find some stuff crawling around underground, snails and that kind of thing as well that are usable as bait. So some of the more exotic ones, your glowing snails and stuff, will have a higher bait power, which means it'll help you. Actually, what that means is it takes longer for that bait to be used up when you're fishing. So like this 15% bait power, you cast it a few times, it's going to go away. But the higher bait power ones, you can just keep using them for a long time. Now the birds and the mammals, and such, you can't actually use them as bait, so they don't have a bait power rating. What you can do though is you can create a terrarium, which I've done with a bunny down here. I stuck a bunny. It's called a bunny cage at that point. But I wanted to show you that as well. What you'll need for that is some glass. And I guess it's mostly for show. I don't know, maybe there's a use for it, but I've already got 14 glass. What you need is 16 glass, which equates to 32 of any type of sand. So you can make one glass from 2 sand. So let's make a couple more glass. There we go. Now we've got 16, and now we'll have the option to make a terrarium, which is this. And I'm just going to show you this because it's a little confusing to use it. First of all, you have to craft the terrarium. Then you have to get your thing you want to put in a terrarium. Let's put a squirrel in there this time. And then it gives you the option, well, also because I have the chest open, I can do any one of these, but I'm going to do a squirrel cage this time. And you actually need to craft that. You don't just put the squirrel in the terrarium. You need to craft the squirrel cage, and then it becomes the thing that you need. So let's clear a little space, and then you can set that on the ground and show it off a little. There you go. I got a squirrel cage. Okay, now while I'm here, I'm going to show you the Extractinator, and then I'll show you some fishing afterwards. So, yeah. Now, for the Extractinator, you're going to need a bunch of silt or, yeah, actually, let's get this pumpkin out of here. I just want to clear out my inventory as much as possible because I'm going to get some random stuff. So the Extractinator you can find in chests underground. You'll just kind of have to look through a lot of chests and hope that you find one. I've actually found several in this game, so they're reasonably common. But you can get ores and all kinds of stuff from this. Let's see, you can either use silt, slush, or desert fossils. Now, I went actually hunting for some silt, and I mined a ton of silt here. I've got 657 silt. I used the utility that I'm going to show you in the next episode, probably next episode, to do that, to find where the silt was. You'll find, obviously, when you're digging around, you'll find some silt. If you're in the snow biome, you'll find some slush. You can also use desert fossils, which you'll find, of course, in the desert. But it's only those 3 things. And you just grab your silt or whatever, and you feed it through here. And you just you can hold down the button, and you'll get all kinds of things. So I'm getting all kinds of ores, coins. Mostly ores and coins are what you're going to get. But but you can get all the ores that are currently available in your world, as well as actually it's the whole set. Anything from copper and tin up to gold and platinum, and as you can see, I'm also getting gems, as well as, of course, coins, and rarely you'll get amber, or even an extremely rare amber mosquito, which is, you can use that to create some really special stuff. So, you know, you're going to get this stuff mining anyway. When you're mining around, you're going to get some silt and some slush and stuff. And this is why I cleared out my inventory, because as you can see, I've got all kinds of stuff. I just thought I'd show you this how it worked. So I've got all kinds of money, all kinds of ores, a bunch of gems, and I think I did get some amber there. I don't think I got an amber mosquito yet. As I say, that's very, very rare. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get a bunch of ore fast, and you want to use some of the waste stuff, it is only certain materials that you can put through here: silt, slush, and desert fossils. But you know, I got a whole bunch of cool stuff from doing that, and just look at all the stuff I got. Of course, you can use that to craft, you know, more materials. You can use that to get ores that wouldn't normally be in your world. Like I have a iron slash tungsten slash platinum world here, but I'm getting gold, I'm getting tin, stuff that normally you wouldn't find just by mining underground. So there we go. Let's see. I got 50 tin, I got 40 silver, silver ore. Again, that's not something that's in my my world normally. I've got 31 platinum, 30 lead. Again, also not in my world. Gold, not in my world. Copper. We got a bunch of these gems, various types, and yeah, I got a bunch of amber. So yeah, that's a good demo of that, I guess. And let's continue on with some fishing in just a moment. Okay. One thing I forgot to show you that I meant to show you is just that there are different fishing poles, of course, and I'm just going to craft some new fishing poles here. I've got the wooden fishing pole, which I created earlier, which takes 8 wood to craft at your workbench, I believe. The other ones you're going to need to craft at your anvil. So these are the early fishing poles. Of course, there's later ones as well. So there's a reinforced fishing pole, which requires 8 iron bars. I've got tons of that, so let's make one of those. And then also, I was telling you before to save your demonite, and actually, I might have been a little mistaken on that, because actually you need some special scales that you only get from the Eater of World to craft the actual demonite pickaxe. So you'll need to actually do that boss fight before you can craft that pickaxe, and you'll actually get a lot of demonite from that boss as well. So I'm going to go ahead. I've actually got a ton of demonite at this point, and I still haven't done that boss fight. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of my demonite to craft the Fisher of Souls, which is actually kind of a base level for some of the stuff. There is a Crimtane equivalent called the Flesh Catcher if your world has the Crimson. You can use 8 Crimtane bars to craft that. And you'll notice that these have different fishing power. So your wood fishing pole is only 5%. You're not going to have a very good chance of catching very much with that. Reinforced fishing pole, which is from your iron or your lead, is 15%, and of course the Fisher of Souls is 20%. The Flesh Catcher Crimtane equivalent is actually 22, so it's a little better. I also wanted to show you just quickly a couple of cool things. I've got, you know, an even better double jump thing here now that's almost like a little rocket boost. This is the Armored Blizzard in a bottle. I found it in a chest in the snow area, the snow biome. And I also happened to, when I fought the King of Slimes yet again, which I did not record this time. And speaking of which, all those failures I was telling you I might turn into a montage. Unfortunately, I actually deleted that video, so sorry about that. I did mean to do that for you. I accidentally deleted it, possibly while making the last video. But anyway, I found this the last time that I fought it and didn't record it, which summoned a writable slime mount. I was telling you, you know, when it says slime is raining from the sky, you can go out and fight a ton of slimes, and eventually you might get the king of slimes. That's exactly what happened with me, and that time around I got something different, which is this, and I've got a mount with a trippy effect actually too. So it's like a slime with a saddle on it, and that's my first mount actually. And mounts are something that we can get into later. But all right, that's enough for now, and I'm going to go over to the ocean and show you some actual fishing and tell you all about how it works. Okay, so here we are. I'm over at the ocean at the one side of the world, and let's talk about fishing. So there's a lot of factors actually that go into your chances of catching fish. I'm just going to explain that while I do some fishing. I'm going to start with my crappy wooden fishing pole. Um, so the size of the water is a big thing. The weather is a big thing. And even the kind of bait you're using, of course, affects how many chances you can have. But even the time of day. Um, so essentially, oh, there we go. Got a wooden crate, and actually, I got an iron crate that I brought along from earlier. So this is some of the stuff that you can get. There we go. Iron crate, lesser mana potion, all that stuff. I'm gonna fill up my inventory pretty quickly here, probably. Um, there we go. You can get ore, you can get potions. Actually, those are kind of the big things. Ore, potions. Of course, you can get fish and stuff, and there's quests. Um, so even with the crappy fishing pole, I'm doing pretty well. I think the fishing pole affects both your chances of getting stuff as well as what you get. Oh, there's some butterflies over there. I should probably go catch them. So time of day as well kind of matters as far as catching bait. I noticed, in the morning, you're more likely to actually find some bait laying around or running around. So I've got, yeah, lots of butterflies now. Um, really should have brought materials for a chest, but because I'm gonna have a lot of stuff. And of course, there's our buddy the angler here, who I kind of went over that briefly in one of my earlier videos. You'll find him kind of sleeping somewhere, and you gotta right-click talk to him to wake him up. So, but let me explain the factors that go into your fishing. First of all, of course, which fishing rod you're using. So I showed you, even with the crappy wood fishing rod, you can get some stuff. Oops. And yeah, where you point your arrow actually affects where your fishing line goes. Oh, got a trout. Okay, so what kind of pole you use affects what you get, or your chance actually of getting something and getting something good. So, get a better pole, get better stuff more often. The weather, so it's actually better to fish when it's cloudy or rainy. Especially rainy, actually, that's your highest chance. When it's clear and everything, you have a lower chance. Um, I'm going to link to the wiki that explains the exact specifics if you want to know the complete details. I'll throw that link in there. The daytime, again, dawn and dusk, especially dawn, you have a longer period. It's the same chance, I think, or close to it, dawn and dusk. You have a bonus, whereas midday and overnight, you have a penalty to your chances of catching stuff. How bright the moon is actually factors into it. So a full moon, you have the highest chance, you have a bonus. When it's a new moon, you have a penalty, I believe. So those things affect it as well. Um, there's a whole series of fishing rods you can get, of course. And you can even get one from the traveling merchant. There's a sitting duck fishing rod that you can get from the traveling merchant occasionally. He'll just have random stuff in his inventory. If he has that, I would recommend you buy it. It's expensive, but it gives you 40% fishing power, whereas like even this one that I crafted of Demonite has half that. So that's a big thing. You can also occasionally find the fiberglass pole in the jungle shrines. Now, as far as what you'll catch, um, as I say, fish, crates. Now, crates can contain ores, bars, potions, and certain tools. Now, you can get kind of like objects that are useless, like boots and stuff, but especially if you're using crappier stuff, you're probably more likely to get that. Um, and there are also even certain fish that you can use as sort of tools. Now, it also depends where you are. Like I'm fishing in the ocean. The size of the pool affects your chances, as well as what you'll get, actually, in terms of where you are. So the ocean, you'll get different stuff than if you're in another biome. Like you'll get certain jungle fish, you'll get certain fish in the snow area, I guess. I'm not sure about the snow area, but if you're in like the normal, regular area sort of thing. If you're in the desert, you get different stuff. And that actually is important when you're talking about the angler here. Because he's going to give you quests, and those quests, those fish will be found in certain areas. So, yeah, my inventory is already almost full. Actually, I don't need copper. Oh, I got a wild tsunami in a bottle. I don't know if that's better or worse than my other stuff. But yeah, I got some potions and stuff. You can get all kinds of stuff, but one of the most important things is to get ores again, just like with the Extractinator. You can get some good ores this way. Bait you can just run around and catch. Just hit the grass a little. You can find it underground. You can find it while you're out and about, sort of thing. And there are recipes where you can use some of these the shrimps and the trouts and stuff for recipes in like your cooking pot and that sort of stuff. So you can use those as well. But the big thing is to fish to get cool stuff, which of course is your ores and that kind of stuff. So let's talk to the angler here. And now when you do a quest, you have until it's officially 4:30 in the morning the next day. To be honest, I'm not even sure if there's a way to check exactly what time it is, but basically you have until the next morning to complete that quest. See, and here it's actually told you caught in jungle surface. So I'll need to go to the jungle if I want to complete this quest. Finally found a jungle cat that likes water. I think it's also part fish. So he'll give you different quests, and the more quests you do, the better stuff you'll get. He'll give you rewards. You can get special equipment from these quests as well. So if I want to complete this quest, I'm going to have to go to the jungle. I'm not going to run over there right now. I may or may not. We'll see about that. But yeah, so it's a long way to go. You have to go to the different biomes to complete his quest and to get those specific fish, or jungle cat in this case, but it's part fish somehow. To get those things, and you need to bring them back and talk to him. And once you have exactly what he's asking for, you've completed the quest. He'll give you a reward, and you get some pretty cool stuff that way as well. So again, one thing that I didn't quite perfectly explain is the size of the water area. So it's easier to catch stuff in the ocean because it's a big area of water. How it works is you can't catch anything really until you're in at least 75, until you're casting into at least 75 blocks of water. But 75 blocks, you actually get a big penalty. I got some silver ore. So there's a big penalty. It's like 75% less likely that you'll catch something in only 75 blocks. You have to have at least that to catch anything, but you need at least 300 blocks to remove that penalty. So it scales up from 75 blocks. There's different levels. Again, that'll be in the wiki if you want the specifics, but you'll want to look for essentially the bigger the pool, the better your chances. And yeah, so that's how you catch your fish. And I'm going to do maybe a little finale here. Maybe I'll go looking for the jungle cat. It's getting dark, so it's getting kind of unlikely I'm going to complete that quest, actually. Yeah, you know what? Let's not do that. It's getting dark already. I'll be fishing overnight. My chances won't be very good. I don't know if there's any big pools in the jungle, but that's what you would need to do. The jungle is on like the exact opposite side of this world, so I'm not going to run over there. Oh, it is dusk, though. It is dusk and it is raining, so my chances, again, I just switched to my best fishing pole. Let's see. Come on. Oh, a bomb fish. Wonder what I can do with that. All right, well, it's getting dark. I'm going to leave it there. So I hope you liked the video. I'm just, explaining some more of the basics. I'm going to get into some more interesting stuff in the next couple of videos. I've got the utility I was talking about, terra firma, which you can use to find some stuff. I used that for this episode, actually, to find where some silt was, so I could show you that Extractinator stuff. I'll show you that. I'll show you the minecarts. I'll show you probably the Eater of Worlds, because it's becoming apparent that I need to do that boss fight to progress further in the game. So stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you like about this video, or what you want to see. What do you think a jungle cat is? Tell me in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.